For decades, Great Britain has been the envy of the world, with foreign governments marvelling at and coveting our triple pillars of economic, political and social stability and cohesion. That's why today these same overseas admirers are baffled at this country's decision to leave the European Union and weaken, if not jeopardise, these pillars of stability. Why would such a pragmatic nation and people want to risk it all? Overseas observers see Brexit as similar to selling your house and investing the proceeds in lottery tickets that hold out a false promise of untold riches. Whatever the outcome and timing of Brexit, Britain will need to redefine its place in the world, like it has successfully done at previous historical junctures in the past. However, this time the country will face many headwinds that will make the job far more difficult than before. In the first place, the country is totally disunited with no common vision for a post-Brexit society. The three pillars of economic, political and social stability that have seen the country through previous crises are gradually dismantling before our very eyes and could feed off each other and descend into a negative downward spiral over a period of time. Overly negative, you might say? Project Fear, you might argue? Well, before you jump to any conclusions, let's look at the evidence for this argument. Firstly, on the economic front, Brexit is proving to be economically destabilising. Major international companies in the auto, aerospace and financial services sectors are already relocating their operations from here, and inward investment into the UK could fall dramatically after Brexit. In our international trade negotiations, it is factually incorrect and delusional to believe that Britain can sign new trade deals with other countries that will replace the trade lost with the European Union. Delays in signing these trade deals will also weigh heavily on economic growth. With growth in investment and trade both coming under intense pressure, the onus will fall on consumer spending and government spending. However, with the deteriorating outlook for employment and house price growth in our post-Brexit environment, the UK consumer will be exercising the utmost caution and cannot be relied on to drive the economy. Finally, government spending will be constrained by the financial markets and will not be able to prop up the economy indefinitely. It is true that developed economies don't collapse overnight, and neither will the UK economy. However, a gradual and persistent loss of confidence will lay bare the inherent weaknesses in the UK economy over time. Furthermore, entrepreneurs and our venture capital backers are also saying that they see Britain as a less attractive place to do business post-Brexit, and the UK will face intense competition for the best and most skilled workers from other countries in the European Union. Secondly, on the political front, Brexit is proving to be politically destabilising. Not only are businesses losing faith in the political process, so too are ordinary citizens, especially the young. Furthermore, the British two-party system is coming under severe pressure. Recent resignations from both the Labour and Conservative parties likely signal the beginning of the end for the two-party system. Although this is a welcome development in some respects, it could lead to more unstable coalition governments in the future. Also, the overwhelming majority of young people voted Remain in the referendum vote, and today they feel totally unrepresented by the main political parties. These young voters' ability to mobilise on social media platforms and organise online campaigns on issues important to them will also add to political instability in our post-Brexit society. Witness the school strikes for climate justice that have taken hold recently in the UK and across Europe. And lastly, Brexit may yet sadly prove to be socially destabilising. It is widely acknowledged that our much loved and admired Queen Elizabeth and the British royal family have been a bedrock of social cohesion and stability in this country down the decades. This has been especially the case in times of great crisis. Down the years, Britain's identity, culture and social fabric has been inextricably tied to the British royal family and the perception of a united kingdom. Brexit, however, may eventually lead to a dismantling of the United Kingdom with Scotland voting for its independence at some stage and called for a united Ireland growing, given the strong desire by the majority in Northern Ireland to remain in the European Union. British nationalists respectfully, I stress respectfully, won the day with Brexit, but at what cost to the Union? And again respectfully, what does that mean for the British monarchy? Thus again, via the law of unintended consequences, the breakup of the United Kingdom as a direct result of Brexit is a real possibility. Lastly, it is very difficult to predict how the eventual and inevitable handover of power from the reigning monarch Queen Elizabeth to the next generation will be greeted when it occurs, and how it will be handled in a period of great political, economic and social change. So what might a critical observer conclude from all this? Well, any one of these three pillars, economic, political and social, could become shaky in normal times without having any lasting impact on the overall functioning of our society and system of government. However, these are not normal times, and for all three to undergo instability more or less at the same time could lead to very unpredictable consequences. That is, we could be heading for a perfect storm in the coming years as a direct consequence of Brexit. For this reason, the people of this country need to be given the choice and opportunity to change their minds on Brexit via a second referendum. In addition, the estimated 365,000 new voters to reach voting age since 2016 should also be given their say. Finally, wouldn't it be better to give the people of this country this choice today, rather than risk the humiliation of having to apply to rejoin the European Union within the next 10 years?